Welcome everyone to another high country ride. Accompanying me again is Scott on the 790 and Travis on the DRZ. This time it's an overnighter staying in Mansfield. On the way we plan on visiting the iconic high country Craig's Hut. At this point we've just left Granny's flat, having ridden from Melbourne via Warburton, Marysville and a lunch stop at Jamieson. This is the Jamieson to the Kohler Road. For this road, we are following a track I'd mapped out on the excellent Gaia maps. Unfortunately, I'd left it on the walking mode, so the GPS kept wanting us to divert to walking tracks. In doing so, we did ride some interesting side tracks, but it did add some extra time to the ride. We turned off the Jamieson to Kohler Road onto the Mount Sunday track, and then onto Low Saddle Road. Both these tracks are excellent fun, with fantastic high country views. Just prior to the ride, I'd upgraded the fork springs on the Tenere, and the erosion mounds were a lot more fun when the forks weren't bottoming out. Travis just manages to pick his bike up before I get there, having selected neutral on one of the tight corners.
And I'm like teetering on one foot. I couldn't hold it anymore.
This is one of the little side tracks to nowhere that we took due to the navigational challenges we had. At this point, we're back on the main track and trying to make up some time. All is going well until I get what I think is a flat front tyre. After changing the tube, we work out it is the tyre pressure sensor that has failed. A big shout out to the blokes in the 4B that stopped and gave us some cold beers. Beer has never tasted so good. Back underway after losing nearly 40 minutes to a faulty tyre pressure sensor. They're a great idea until they fail, potentially leaving you stranded. now we're well behind time, and I'm wondering if we're going to make Mansfield by dark. Not a lot of time to admire the amazing scenery, at least at this stage. We're not contending with the sun in our eyes. By now we've been riding for about 9 hours, with only about a half an hour break in Jamieson, and the fatigue is starting to show.
What you doing over there?
Having done Refrigerator Gap Track and the Bluff Link Road, we hit Monument Track, and this is where things go a bit pear-shaped for me. At this point I'm wondering if the guys are going to come back and help me pick up the bike. Unfortunately, they're long gone. The bike is lying awkwardly with most of the weight below the wheels. I have a tough choice, trying to drag the bike around or just muscle it up. With a bit of luck, the bike is in gear and doesn't decide to roll down the hill. I now have the challenge of how do I get going on this steep and shitty hill. Go, you bastard. I just managed to stop the bike tipping over again. I spy a rut on the other side and think if I could just get the bike into that, I could be okay. Lifting the bike up has really stuffed me, and there's not a lot left in the tank at this point. any other day, Monument Track would be a good challenge and a bit of fun. At this point though, I'm pretty stuffed. Just looking forward to Craig's Hut, being able to get off the bike for 5 to 10 minutes. Video never really shows how steep the tracks are. Hopefully this gives you an idea. Finally make it to Craig's Hut. Now it's time to find Scotty and Travis. However many times you've seen it, the view from Craig's Hut is still pretty special. But time is getting on, so we need to make a beeline for Mansfield if we're going to avoid riding in the dark. The ride to Mansfield passes in the blur of corrugations, dust and staring into the setting sun.
Well, as you can see, we made it to Mansfield just in time for to see all the target cars, so very impressive. We're all a bit stuffed, so just looking forward to a shower and a cold beer.
Like before, beautiful night at the Delatite Hotel, very nice, recommend it. After flogging ourselves on the Traxel yesterday, we're looking for an easier ride today, just cruise back on some dirt roads, back to Melbourne.
Our next stop was Snobs Creek Falls, a beautiful little spot. It was then back on the bikes as we took Snobs Creek Road, which flowed into Eildon-Warburton Road, and then finally the Big River Road, where we picked up the tar seal at the top of the Reefton Spur. last stop of the trip was a superb lunch at the Reefton Hotel. A big shout out to Scott and Travis for another awesome trip. Looking forward to the next one, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons for more videos like this one.